In this lecture, we are going to be study about a load flow study now. So there are different types of buses. How the bus will be formed. There are basically admittance bus, Y bus, and impedance bus is called a Z bus. And what are the various methods to calculate these buses we are going to be studying. Actually, the load flow studies is easy to design a power system. The load flow studies is easy to design and analyze the actual power system. So these are the outlines which are going to be studied. Load flow studies, and these load flow studies is also known as power flow studies. The load flow studies are also known as power flow studies, which is the analysis of a power system in normal steady state condition. For entire our load flow analysis, we are considered our system is under steady state conditions. Load flow studies basically consisting of which are determined the which one voltage, magnitude of voltage, current, active power and reactive power. Which is easy to determine the which one consisting of voltage, current, active power, reactive power. Next. The importance is generation supplies demand plus losses. The source is the only responsible when the source is sending certain amount of a power to the load. There are some losses are occurs, and these losses are also taken by the generation side only. Bus voltage magnitude remain close to rated value. Always bus voltage magnitude remains close to rated value. Generation operates within the specified real and reactive power limits. Means the device is to be operated within the rated values. For every generator, there is a certain limit for real power, that is active power and reactive power. Transmission line and transformers are not overloaded. If it is overloaded, the condition may not be a steady state. Always the load flow studies are done under steady state condition. Always the load flow studies are done under steady state condition. Why we are going for load flow study? I already told in the starting of my lecture, these are used to design a power system. The load flow studies are used to design a power system, for planning a power system, and for expansion of a power system. Expansion of a power system means if any one power plant is working with 100 megawatts, suddenly in that particular area the load is increases. So I want to increase this 100 megawatts power plant to the 150 megawatts. So how I can add these additional generators to my existing 100 megawatt power plant? This is existing system is increased with the rated capacity. The existing system is going to be increased its operating values. So these are known as a expansion of a power system. Next, the load flow studies is also providing guidelines for optimum operation of a power system. The load flow studies also provides optimum operation of power system. Next, which are providing guidelines for various power system studies, means how the behavior of a system during fault condition, during normal load condition, during full load condition, during fault without faults, during with fault. So the load flow studies are majorly useful to analysis, to design, to plan, to expand for optimum operation of a which one power system network. For a power system network. So the load flow studies are basically done with the load flow studies are basically done with the load flow studies are basically done with the classifying of a entire power system into buses. One bus is called admittance bus or Y bus, and one bus is called impedance bus or Z bus. The bus is a node at which many transmission lines or loads or generators are connected. So we know regarding a network node where two or more elements are together, that point we call the node. Similar manner, here two or more generators or two or more transformers or two or more transmission lines are joined together, that we call a bus. It is not necessary that all of them be connected to every bus. For example, 5 buses are there. Bus 1, bus 2, bus 3, bus 4, bus 5. Bus 1, 2, 3 may be connected. Bus 4, 5 is connected with 3. But it's not necessary to all buses are connected at one place. There is no need for a closed system or a radial system. But one bus is connected with any other bus. There is no exact limitation also. And bus is indicated by vertical line at which number of components are connected. Bus is indicated by vertical line at which number of components are connected. In load flow study, 2 out of 4 quantities specified and other 2 quantities are to be determined by load flow equation. Here the total quantities in a load flow studies are voltage, magnitude of a power, reactive power, and angle. That angle is a power angle of a synchronous generator or motor. So active power P, reactive power Q, voltage magnitude V, and angle delta. In complete analysis of a load flow studies, you should keep 2 things in your mind. My load flow studies is a completely steady state analysis, and always only 2 quantities are known and another 2 quantities are unknown. That another 2 quantities are to be determined by analyzing the circuits. Depending upon the quantities which are mentioned, the load flow studies are classified as, or the buses are classified as load bus, and the other bus is a voltage controlled bus, and the other bus is a slack or swing bus. One bus is a load bus, and the other bus is a voltage controlled bus, and the other bus is a slack or swing bus. And for load bus, and this bus is also called PQ bus. In the name itself only there. For a PQ bus, active power and reactive power are the known quantities. For PQ bus, active power and reactive power are the known quantities, and magnitude and phase angle are the to be calculated. This type of buses are most common, comprising almost 80% of all the buses in a power system are a load buses. The 80% of power system buses are the load buses or PQ buses. Means P and Q values are known and V and delta are unknown. Generator bus are PV bus. In PV bus, voltage as well as power is known and reactive power and delta are to be determined through load flow equation. So this bus is also known as a PV bus. This bus is always connected to generator only. So for that only, this bus is known as a which bus? Generator bus. The generator bus is always PV bus. the generator bus is always and reactive power phase angle are to be determined. This type of bus is about 10% of the all power systems. And another bus and last bus is called the slack bus. Here voltage and delta are known and active power and reactive power are unknown quantities. Normally there is one bus of this type is given as a power system. One generator bus is selected as the reference bus. In slack bus, the angular magnitude is normally considered as 1 plus j dot per unit. Okay, now these are the various buses and the bus classifications, and these buses are used to analyze this is calculating a load flow studies.